In this video, we'll look at factoring perfect squares. The first example is p squared plus 2pr plus r squared. So what we want to check is, first of all, this b, here's our little formula we're going to look at. Is this b, that coefficient there, divided by 2, and then square it, equal to a times c. So if you take 2, divide it by 2, you get 1. 1 squared is still 1. And these coefficients, the a and the c, are also 1. In other words, we get 1 here and we get 1 times 1 here. It works. So that's the first thing you check when you're factoring perfect squares. And then if that works, which it did, then you just say, okay, I can just take the square root of this plus the square root of this, and then do it again, and you get the right answer. You can check, look, rainbow it back together. P times p, p squared. P times r, 1pr, and then another, r times p is another pr, so that's a pr plus another pr is 2pr plus r squared. You can leave it like that, or you can write your final answer as p plus r squared. Let's look at the second one. Again, check to make sure this number here, 8, divided by 2 is 4, and then square it. 4 squared is 16, which is the same as 16 times 1. So this is in fact a perfect square of, take the square root of the first term and the square root of the last term, and you've got a perfect square. Check your answer. 4n times 4n, 16n squared, plus 4n, plus another 4n gives 8n, plus 1. And once again, you can leave it as two binomials or write it as a single binomial squared. This last one, you might need a calculator to check. What's 30 divided by 2? 15. And what's 15 squared? 225. That's the same as a times c here, 9 times 25, which by the way, even you can do in your head. What's 9 times 25? That's like 9 quarters. Well, 4 quarters in $1, so 8 quarters would be $2, so 9 quarters is 225. That's the same thing as 30 divided by 2 squared, so it works again. And we can take the square root of the first term and the square root of the second term, and we've got it. And you can check 3u times 3u is 9u squared, plus 15u, plus another 15u is 30u, plus 25. And so that's how you can factor perfect squares quite quickly, is check to see if the b term divided by 2, I should say the b term's coefficient, divided by 2 squared is equal to a times c. If it is, it's a simple matter to factor perfect squares.